what I wanted to ask you, Mikey Dobbs. Okay, so, forgetting, I think we're quite right to be on Pineda that, his job is not just to get the team to play well, but it's also not to give up stupid goals, right? So, because you can get the team playing as well as you can, and if you still give up stupid goals, you lose, right? So, okay, fair. We're giving up stupid goals. And we are playing better. Like, I think that, offensively we've been good. But my criticism is, even though we're playing better, we're winning a lot of balls in midfield, we're on the front foot a lot, we're still not creating a lot of chances. So what is your diagnosis of why we're not creating chances?
Well, part of it is needing to be a little more direct. And I think when we saw Almada do that, somebody played into his feet. We did some nice ticky-tacky stuff at the top of the box. And that's when Brooks Lennon missed that shot, I think, against Miami. So you're seeing some of it in that Miami game, right, where I liked it, where we're playing right up the gut with our most talented players. We just need more commitment like that. And to your point, with Araujo hopefully clicking instead of trying that absolutely 1 in 100 type of shot with your left foot to curl it into the far post, need more of that direct play into Almada's feet, play it back off of Moreno's feet, and just go right through the center with the talent that we have. I think that's how we're going to start scoring more goals, is just being more direct.
One thing that's interesting, though, Araujo, again, inverted, is cutting in. When he cuts into the middle, he's running right into Almada, right? Almada and him are right in the same exact space. And maybe you can argue even the same thing when Moreno is beating his guy inside. He's also running into Almada. So that's a problem. You have guys who are taking on their players who can beat them all day, but Moreno getting by players and Araujo getting by players, which they can do almost at will, is not helping us that much.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. I think, too, the transition from defense to offense is too slow. Too many times it's square.
Big time. Thank you for bringing that up. I made that mental note. And even the Miami game, it's like possession, there was no, speed in which we are moving the ball, even out of the back, to get it to that next level and do it quickly. It was not just 1 second, it was 2 seconds too slow.
I mean, there's a lot of teams that are not that great, and they say, look, if we have the ball, then we're not going to get scored on. But our defense, right? I mean, Franco, who I thought came back and played pretty well, Robinson and Sosa. I mean, one of the things that hurt us, I think, we haven't talked about is what happened to Sosa, why he wasn't available.
Why wasn't he?
I'm not sure. Once again, Atlanta United has told us nothing. Presumably he's slightly injured again, or they're being a little cautious. It didn't seem anything obvious that he got hurt in Miami. But anyway, so that's a problem. But, we have the defense that is okay. You pointed out the moment where George Campbell made the wrong decision, right? But in those moments, you pointed out the right thing, which is occasionally when Robinson's on an island, who cares, right? He's going to win that battle. So my feeling is one of the reasons why you play slow build-up is because if your defense ain't any good, right, then you got to hold the ball so that they don't have a lot of pressure. Yeah. But if your defense is good, freaking go at them. Hit the Jets and let's go. And I don't understand why we're trying to play too controlled.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah,
because in the flow, that's so much easier. Moreno, Araujo.
Because then you start that pressure, which is just like you said, you just keep recycling it. Yeah. Over and over, and that just can't be sustained by these teams. Because it was clear in the Miami game, we are the way more talented team, right? And yet, bonehead moves make us lose that game because we just can't do the fundamentals of just defending at the right time.
But the interesting thing is in both of these games, it wasn't the defending so much as most of the goals that we gave up were defending on set pieces, right? Which is a different kind of thing. And that's a coach, I think, thing. The one goal that we gave up in the flow of play was, Campbell gave it away and then they didn't do well. But the other part about it is, do you feel like we are too predictable?
Yes. I mean, and mainly because we're trying to use Lennon on the outside too much, and that becomes very predictable.
Why are we using Lennon so often?
I don't know. I don't even want him on the field anymore. I'm not a Lennon disliker, as I've talked about previously, but his stock is going like the stock market is right now, down and down right now. And I don't understand why we're using him as our point of attack so much on the right side. Gutman, I felt like we saw a little less in the last couple games. Like he seemed to be kind of staying put, which was great. Let Moreno kind of take that role out on the left. If you're going to play him out there inverted, that's great. So
Gutman is staying a little bit more at home. And yet, right, of the two, Lennon and Gutman, right, we've talked about it. And here's where I have to eat some, humble crow pie, right? Because Gutman has an amazing chance again.
Yep, can't finish.
And he choked it.
But thanks for recognizing that, Dave. Yeah, well, that's also the problem. Like those guys, and Lennon in the last game too, he flashed a shot, cannot finish. That's not.
But the interesting thing is, so Lennon's forward all the time, and I feel like maybe they're about equal in terms of getting in dangerous spots to cross and to think and to score. But the interesting thing is Lennon's up there, 4 times as much, right? And he's still, Gutman's about as dangerous in going forward about a fourth of the time. And he's staying back. So it went defensively. On that side, Gutman, we look way better defensively, right? Most of the stuff we're giving up is on Lennon. And again, it's not Lennon getting beat so much. It's because Lennon up the field and he's trying to, fly back, right? So I don't understand why we would do that, why he's so far forward, why we're playing unbalanced. And I don't understand, and I think that is combining with Araujo or whoever it be, cutting inside inverted, which means all the space is out there, right? So I would say forget the inverted, maybe. Then you wouldn't have to rely on that so much outside. I would say that Gutman and Lennon don't have to go forward nearly as much as they do and can still be as dangerous as Gutman is proving.
Yeah.
Right? And also the unpredictability about it, right? With the exception of Almada, who's popping up in different spaces, right? Moreno's popping up in the same space most of the time. Araujo's popping up in the same space all the time. And Lennon and Gutman just up, down, up, down. It's like, bubble hockey.
Yeah.
So my problem is that it's too predictable, right? And so our team, some teams, when you're predictable like that, if you're good and you can open up the space, you can get a ton of crosses, right? So if you got a guy, Hernan Crespo or someone like that who can really finish on his head or whatever, and so you just got to get people open and get crosses, and that's good enough.
Joseph Martinez.
Even Joseph Martinez. But Joseph Martinez can bail you out of those things. But it's still not a team that's built. If that's going to be most of our danger is coming from out wide and crosses. Yeah. And that's a problem because our most dangerous players are guys playing through the middle.
Yeah. And they have all the talent to be able to play through the middle too, and pick up fouls in dangerous places and get us more free kicks at the top of the box. We're not getting enough free kicks at the top of the box with the talent that we have also isn't another thing. There should be a lot more free kicks.
I would love to see even George Campbell, Alan Franco, and Robinson given the green light when they pick off a ball at midfield to keep going.
Yeah.
Why not? Make it dangerous. Be like, you know what? Here's another guy for you to deal with. Right. And what they can do is they're not going to probably run through whatever. But if they make a run through and draw attention, and now suddenly Almada or whatever is a little free.
When's the last time you saw a probing run from Miles up the center?
No, and he's capable of it.
And now it's when he's playing at his best.
So why not? I mean, and so instead of 90% of the time Lennon and Gutman doing it automatically, let's let them actually make decisions, decide when to do it, right? And hopefully they pick and choose well. And then maybe even allow Campbell or Robinson to go forward occasionally, and that those guys are still at home.
Yeah.